Welcome, welcome, welcome to our Founders Chat. Good evening, folks who are joining us. It's so good to see you on tonight. Hi, by Bora Sugar Paste. Hey. Hello, hello. How is everybody? Tell us where you are. Where are you from? So we can know who's repping tonight. Hey, Natasha. Welcome, welcome. Good evening, everyone. My name is Aisha Taylor Issa. I am the founder and CEO of the Sisters in Business Expo, and I'm so glad to see you all tonight. Greetings from Istanbul by Boris Sugar Paste. Are you really in Istanbul? If you are, that is so dope. Welcome, welcome. Hey, Dreva641, repping Atlanta, baby. Even though you're really from Brooklyn, but we'll let that slide. Tell us where you're from, where you're hailing, where you're repping tonight. Y'all know I rep Brooklyn all day, every day, but I am in Jersey, where I now call home, but Brooklyn is where I be from. So good to see you all. Yes, Natasha. Hey, Leilani Crafts. Good to see you, girl. I'm so excited. I hope you all have had a wonderful day. We're just giving folks a couple of minutes before we get started with our Founders Chat. I am so excited to be talking to the Brunchnista tonight. But I'm going to hold off on that intro until she joins us. But it's been an amazing week thus far. I can't believe February is already over. I'm kind of glad it is, though, because this has been an interesting month, to say the least. But here we are on the last day of February. Can y'all believe it? March is tomorrow, which means that we will officially be about 6 weeks away from Sisters in Business Expo in Newark, New Jersey, our first stop for our 2019 tour, going back where it all started, and just so amazing. I can't believe that time has flown by this fast. I feel like we just announced the Newark stop, and here we are about 6 weeks away. So if you have not gotten your tickets yet for the Newark Expo, you need to go ahead and get those because you don't want to miss it. You don't want it to be the event that you heard about, that you see about online. You need to be there. You need to be in the building. And advance tickets are only $15. So go ahead and get those. Why pay more at the door? You can save those coins to support our vendors. So make sure that you go ahead right after this chat, hit up the website. The link is right in our bio. You don't even have to go to the website. You can click right in our bio on Get Tickets and get your tickets for the Newark Expo. So we are so excited. Hey, Brunchnista, welcome. Go ahead and hit request to join the live, and I'll add you on. The date, Natasha, for our Newark Expo is Saturday, April 13th. April 13th from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. at the Robert Treat Hotel in Newark, New Jersey, right downtown Newark across from NJ Pack. And we're so excited. The next expo is July 13th in Philadelphia. I was in Philly today, actually, met some great folks at the PHL Diversity luncheon, and that was amazing. And then Columbia, South Carolina is August 10th, and Atlanta is September 7th. So you definitely want to be there. We're going to go ahead and get on. I'm so excited. And we're just going to chat it up a little bit. And I know you guys are going to love this chat. So hang with us. I know it's going to be great. Hey, girl.
Hi.
Yes, I can hear you. So good to see you. How you doing?
I haven't seen you in forever.
I know, it's crazy. When I was thinking about that earlier today, like, I've really known this girl a long time.
Right. No, YPJs. Shout out to
Yeah, we go way back. We're gonna tell everybody how we go way back. But thank you for joining us.
Of course, I am so excited to be here. This is my first IG live. I had to go and Google how to do this whole thing.
Well, we're glad to be your first. We're glad to be your first. You can let folks
Very
know it
proud.
started with us. Yes, definitely. Well, we're going to go ahead and jump right in. Again, to those who might just be joining us, I am Aisha Taylor Issa, the humble and proud founder and CEO of the Sisters in Business Expo, which is the country's only multi-city small business expo created specifically to celebrate entrepreneurial women of color. And we have with us tonight Michelle Sprott. I can call her a friend. And she has created this amazing brand known all over as the Brunchnista. And so we're so excited to have her with us. Every week when we do these founders chats, we want to bring different types of businesses, different industries and things like that, so that you can learn from a wide array. And so last week we had someone in e-commerce. We were with Blended Designs, and they're amazing multicultural gift bags that represent children of color. And this week we have with us Michelle Sprott of Brunchnista. And so welcome, welcome, welcome. Tell everybody who you are. Give them a little introduction.
My name is Michelle Sprott. As you already said, I am the founder and creator of Brunchnista, which is a lifestyle brand for sophisticated women and girls who love brunch. So, yeah, I created it. Well, it's been in my mind probably forever, but I launched last year, November 2017. And here we are today.
Here we are today. What, like over 20,000 followers later?
Not yet.
Close to it. Close. I'm speaking it into existence.
Yes.
And been featured in Essence, and has done some amazing partnerships with brands like Verizon. And so we're so proud of you over here. And just to give a little backstory, Michelle and I are both Brooklyn girls. We met, God, I'm not even going to say how many years ago. It's been a minute. We met a few years ago. When we were doing our work with YP. I tell people all the time I did my bid. We did our time with YP. YP is the New York Urban League Young Professional. Shout out to YP, which was, for me, and I'm sure Michelle will agree, a really integral part of my foundation as a young professional, where I learned and was able to use a lot of the skills that I had, made some amazing connections with people that are still dear to me today, like Michelle. And so even though we kind of have aged out a little bit, we still have those relationships that form. So quick shout out to YP. If you are looking for a young professional organization in New York or in any city, because most major cities have a chapter, we encourage you to look into the Urban League Young Professional chapter near you. And so that's how we connected. We've always supported each other over the years. And even though we don't see each other in person every day, thankfully, because of social media, we're able to keep up with each other.
Exactly.
So I'm so excited to have Michelle here, because I've been able to watch just how this brand has blossomed. I remember when you first kind of started, and I was like, do you remember me tagging? I put one down. I was like, do you walk around with a photographer? Because I mean, the pictures and the style and I was like, this girl is doing it. And so it's just been amazing to watch. So tell us a little bit, just to let people know a little bit more about you, about your career outside of Brunchnista. What have you done professionally, and how has that helped you in building this brand?
Oh my goodness. Every single thing that I have done up until this point has basically readied me for this opportunity. I have a big background in customer service, so that has been extremely integral. I worked a lot in the beginning. When I was at YP, I worked in the corporate sector for makeup companies such as MAC and Vincent Longo and Makeup Forever. I worked in their operations department. So that is a lot of the ugly back end part of makeup, where it's like ordering, tubes of makeup and artwork and all of that stuff for brands. And then I moved to social media, and I did social media for the Tums and Nicoderm brands. I forget the actual company, parent company, but I did that for a while. Then back to retail again for like Kate Spade and Ralph Lauren. So very high end brands, which, you know, I'm like, okay, that's, you know, that's definitely me. So bringing all those things together, now I'm still in customer service and still using a lot of the things that I've just been working on all my life and bringing it to Brunchnista. Like I said, it's the luxury part that I love. And I've learned that a big part of that was being at Ralph Lauren, where I worked in the children's department, and it was like bringing kids graham cookies on silver platter trays. You know, it's like these people have money and it's crazy. But yes, just, and knowing that I wanted to have something for me and by us that was super luxurious, but not knowing exactly what that would be. And then having these ideas and having it birth into Brunchnista.
That's amazing. So, I mean, like you said, it's just been a little over a year, right?
Yes.
And it has really grown significantly. What would you attribute to that? What do you think has been the driving force behind the rapid growth? And when did you know you were really onto something?
Oh my goodness. The rapid growth was just me putting my nose to the ground and saying, like, I am going to do this and I'm going to be consistent. When I was posting and it was just 300 of us in, you know, the Brunchnista community, I was posting like every 2 hours at that point. And then as the community began to grow, I was still consistent. There wasn't a day that I didn't post, maybe once or twice or every 3 times a day, engaging and, you know, just reaching out and making sure my website and having content and engaging with people and connecting with people. So I think consistency is the number one thing. Because then if people don't think I'm serious, then, you know, they're going to be like, oh, this is just another thing. You know, there's so much noise in the space as far as social media is concerned. It's like, okay, why? And then relatability, I think. You know, I think it's a relatable brand. Every girl, like most girls love brunch, you know. It's something that, you know, and you come to my page, it's pink. You can immediately identify with that. And then also authenticity. It's really, Brunchnista is an extension of me. It's not, and as I push it out to more people, it also, they relate to it as well. And so it's something that people can relate to and they can see what I am, you know, just feel a part of a community, feel a part of something.
Well, it's amazing how it's caught on.
I mean, it's just,
right.
I think whenever people ask me about like, how should I start what should I do? I'm like, you have to be consistent. You can't be like, oh, I'm going to post today and then I'm not going to post again for like another week or 3 days. Like, you're going to lose your audience. You can't do that. And I mean, if you look at the other bloggers and social media influencers, they post consistently. So yeah, you have to be consistent, you have to be relatable, and then you have to be authentic.
That's good. I hope y'all ladies got those gems, that you're jotting this down, got your little journal, your notepad out, because that's really key. And I think we miss that sometimes, particularly those who are just starting out, and especially if they don't see things happening. It's not always going to happen quickly, right? And you may not have those big numbers that you want at first. Like you said, when it was just 300 of us, you still had to be consistent. And so that's really, really critical. What would you say has been the toughest lesson for you, that you've learned thus far with this journey?
I think for me, it's been that everything is not going to be perfect, right? Everything is not going to come together like you had it planned in your head. There's going to be a lot of mistakes. There's going to be a lot of missteps, but that doesn't mean that you can't work to that perfection that you want, you know? So there are mistakes that I've made as far as like, you know, buying product or, you know, one thing I did is like the box for my mug is ridiculously expensive. Like, why? Right? But, you know, it's like I had to like come to grips with that kind of, like, I wanted a luxe box. I didn't care. But it's not, it doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? Like, you know, but I had to go through that to learn that, you know, you just make mistakes and then you can perfect along the way, and that's fine. It doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to do everything correctly. And the journey is in making those mistakes and having those lessons and being able to tell people, you know, hey, I didn't do it perfectly the first time, but like maybe the third, fourth time I got it right. So yeah.
Right. And when you mess up, not stopping,
No,
right?
you can't
Realizing
stop.
that.
You cannot stop. You have to keep going. I think I saw this meme the other day, and it was like, I'm using my voice but while still trying to find it, you know? Like, I'm not going to wait until I have a voice. I'm going to keep speaking until my voice is strong enough and it's sturdy and I have something important to say, you know?
Absolutely. Did you have any fear going into it? Was there anything?
Of course. Oh my
What were
God.
you afraid of? Let's see if we can help somebody
Oh
conquer
my
theirs.
goodness, of course I had fears. Like, what? Like, does anybody care? Does this make sense? Do I have something to say? Will people want to listen? I mean, just like, you know, it's not perfect and I don't know what I'm, you know, doing. I just know I want this, and I want people to feel this. Like, of course I had fears. Of course, of course, of course. You know, just like you taking a baby out of your head and giving it to the world to, like, you know, scrutinize and look at. It's just like, no, that's my baby. I've held really close to my heart, and I don't want to, like, put it out to the wolves to, like, you know, just dissect it. But it's like, you have to do it, you know, because it was something that I just couldn't let go of it. It kept coming back all the times, like, brunch needs to. And it was just like, I don't know if anybody's ever had that feeling where you have an idea and it won't let you go, right? It's like it nags at your spirit so much. It's like you're fighting with it because you're like, shut up. No, I don't want to do that. But it's just like, no, do it. And then you just like, it just bothers your soul so much that you're just like, you know what? I'm going to push it out. I don't care because I can't fight with it internally anymore. And that's how I felt about Brunchnista.
Well, we were definitely having the same experience. That's the only reason why we're here. That's the only reason why there's a Sisters in Business Expo, because legitimately God would not leave me alone. Like, I kept trying to ignore it. I kept trying to run from it. I was like, I'm good, God. I don't need another business. I have TaylorMade. I'm chilling. And it just would not leave me alone. It would not leave me alone. And it got to a point where I was like, okay, either I'm going to do what he tells me to do, or he's not going to leave me alone. So I guess I got to do what he's going to tell me to do.
That was me. Like, in 2017, I had put the website up in January, like January 1st. I went to Pies and Thighs. I took pictures and I put it up. And I did not release it to the public until November.
Wow.
Right. So that whole year I was hemming and hawing on it, like,
hemming and hawing. Should I do
it? No, you know. And then I was just like, I tell everybody this. Tia, who is Shake Your Beauty, she's a writer. I went to a panel, and she was like, if you don't do your idea, it's gonna jump out of your brain and into someone else's. I was like,
girl,
not my idea.
Right, not on my watch. We're not about to let that happen.
I was like, not my idea that I've had bundled up in my soul, cradled by my heart for 8 years almost. Ever. Like, I was like, if someone came out with Brunchnista, I would probably go try to fight it.
Yeah, you would have been heartbroken.
I would have been heartbroken. So I was just like,
you just gotta do it.
I gotta do it.
You just gotta do it. Ladies, you just got to do it. Brothers, you just got to do it. Because that will happen.
It will.
And you can, if you really think about it, you probably can think about times where you've had other inklings or ideas, maybe not the one you were supposed to, and you see somebody else do it, and you were like, dang, I thought of that. You know what I mean? Or I thought of something similar. Like, we can't risk it, especially with this day and age of things just popping off every day. There's something new. Like, you got to capitalize on the dream and the vision that God has given you, because you will be missing out.
You absolutely. So she said that, and then I think I came home. I was like, no, I'm gonna do it. So I put, I put the website out, and then a year later, I was exactly a year to the date. I was featured in Essence for, writing the article or partnering with the article about brunching at home. It was like November 2017. And then November 2018. So
wow.
Just got to step out on faith and believe in yourself.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I know what I had asked. How did you know though, after all of that, that like, oh, I might be onto something?
I honestly, I still don't.
Really? Come on.
I don't know. I think maybe the Essence article was kind of like, oh, okay, like, you know, because Essence is read by everyone. It's online, right? And so people were sending it back to me, like screenshotting it and be like, guess who was in my inbox? Guess who was in my inbox? So that was a big moment for me.
Yeah. And that's okay. I think that's something that we need people to know. Like, it's okay to commend yourself and realize that I did that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, to pat yourself on the back, to encourage yourself. Because sometimes you got to encourage yourself, right? And know that what you're doing something good and something that's valuable and necessary, you know, because we sell ourselves short sometimes and we beat ourselves up so much.
I'm definitely guilty of that all the time. Like, I'm always feeling like, oh, not yet. Like, oh, yeah, it's okay. Just my little pet project on the side. Like, oh, I don't want to make too much fuss about it, you know. But, you know, you're right. You just have to kind of, you know, say, yeah, I did that.
And if you don't toot your own horn, it might not get tooted. So
girl,
toot your own.
For sure.
All right. So we have, of course, and before we get to this almost final question, if anybody has any questions for the Brunchnista, for Michelle, you can go ahead and type them in the comments and we'll get to them right after. But of course, there are lots of people. Everybody nowadays wants to be a blogger. Everybody wants to be a blogger. What are your thoughts on that? And what do you say to someone who is serious about wanting to enter that realm of entrepreneurship?
So I always laugh and tease and say that I've been blogger adjacent for a very long time. So I have a lot of friends who are bloggers, a lot. And I think that was one of the things that kind of scared me from actually doing it, was because I had so many friends who were already doing it. And so with me looking at them, I'm like, well, I don't want to be a fashion blogger. Like, you know, like it was like fashion blogger or this blog. It's just like, but then as the climate of social media changed, it's like, what else? What else? Like, yeah, you have cute clothes, but what else? What else? You know what I mean? Like, what other story do you have to tell besides just cute pictures or being a flat fashion blogger? Like, what else are you bringing to it? You have to be different in some way, right? You can't just, there's a million fashion bloggers. How are you going to differentiate yourself in the space? So I would say, just like really think about how there's, like I keep saying, there's so much noise in the space. Just really sit and think how you want to craft your story and how your story is going to be unique. Because you know, you could scroll past cute pictures all day, but if I don't connect and I can't relate to you, then your message gets lost in the noise. So I would definitely say just really hone in on the things. And I think that comes from really understanding yourself and knowing the things that make you you and make you special and make you different, and being able to bring that to whatever platform you are presenting to us. So definitely think about the things. So for me, brunch has always been something that I've loved, as many other people love brunch as well. It's not totally unique, but in the sense of you want to bring people together. That's what I wanted to do. I feel like we're so disconnected now, and I feel like I want to bring people back to having brunch together, checking on each other, having people come over to your house, open a bottle of wine, kick back, relax. Like, that's what I want, my messaging. And that's what my platform has been. It's connecting with your friends. It's being a good girlfriend. It's eating good food. It's kikiing. It's laughing. It's enjoying those special moments that I think we lose now because we use social media so much. Like, we think we're staying connected, and we think, but I'm only showing you my highlights, right? So if I don't sit with you face to face, I may never know what's really going on with you. And so I'm using brunch as a way to connect with people. and to connect with that's what I used it for initially. And that's what I want Brunchnistas to do. Brunch babes, I want you guys to connect with your fellow friends, not just through your telephone all day, but I want you to actually sit in their face and talk to them and say, hey girl, how are you? You know, how was your week? Is there anything you need help with? You know? And I think it makes a difference when you're actually connecting that way. And it just makes a difference.
That's amazing. And it's what I thought was really cool is like the dichotomy of using social media, something that has kept us from being more personable, to create something that makes us more personal.
Right.
Right. And I think that's really cool. That's really important.
That's a language we all understand right now, right? You know, that's what the language we're speaking is, social media. So, you know, that's what we can use it. And it's definitely, we use it for good. We use it for bad, but, you know, use it for good, use it for something good.
Right. So for those who are just joining, Aisha Taylor here, Aisha Taylor Issa with Sisters in Business Expo, and we've got Michelle Sprott, the Brunchnista, and she's sharing her amazing story about how she's built this incredible brand all around brunch. So if you didn't get on at the beginning, you can catch it on the replay. We'll also have it on our YouTube channel, as well as some clips on IGTV. And so if you have some questions, I think I did see someone post a question. You can post your questions for Michelle, and we will get to them. Where do you see the Brunchnista in 5 years, 2 years, whatever? Like, what is your vision? What are your projections for what you'd like to see happen with the brand?
Oh my goodness. You know, I'm so like one step at a time. Like, you know, we talked about being super humble. I would love to see some Brunchnista stuff in Target. That would be awesome. I would love to see Brunchnista brunches across the globe. Yeah, a nice Brunchnista experience. Something similar to like a museum of ice cream situation.
Okay.
You know, and just more collaborations with, you know, different brands and people and experiences, probably like something like an Essence, maybe a South by Southwest, you know, anything where connecting and food, that's where I want to be, in that space.
Okay.
Eating good food, connecting with people, and laughing my behind off and looking cute while doing it, of course.
I know that's right. I know that's right. I'm trying to figure out how you keep this fabulous figure while you eating all this brunch, girl.
Listen, okay,
I have to be in a gym every day.
I know. I was like, I need to get in the gym because I am getting a little, you know, thick around the side. But I walk a lot. I don't necessarily work out, and I'm a huge like cut it in half. Like if I want macaroni and cheese, I'll cut it in half. You don't need to eat the whole thing, you know. The
whole thing, right?
Yeah, I just went.
That's the beauty of being a New Yorker, is that we walk a lot.
I walk a lot. I went to Sweetie Pie. I had macaroni and cheese, chicken. And I had to let go of like wasting food because that was big for me. Like I feel like, oh, you can't waste food, but I'm like, no,
because we're raised that way,
right? I'm like, no, you can. Like I didn't even bring it home. I didn't eat all of it, but I surely left it right there. I was like, you know, just eat what you can. It was for the taste experience, and now you're good.
Okay. Do you have a top 3 for brunch places?
Because I'm a New Yorker, I brunch in New York a lot. So top 3, I would say. Imani Kitchen in Brooklyn. It's where Cornerstone used to be, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Sugar Cane, where I had my Verizon brunch. In Dumbo, it's like one of my faves. And then where's the other place? Oh, Mango Seed in Brooklyn.
Flatbush.
Pretty good, but they only do it on Sundays, which is like, come on, guys. Saturday, brunch day.
Right, we try to eat brunch every day.
Every day of the weekend. Those are my faves for Brooklyn.
Okay, cool. Well, those of you who, when you come to Brooklyn, check it out. So you have a question from Leilani Crafts. Leilani Crafts is one of our longtime vendors. They've been with us 2 cities, and they're coming back again this year. So we love them there. She asked, she says, your pictures are amazing. How can a person who is not really artistic get great pictures to showcase their products?
I think so. The person who photographed my product, I also take a lot of pictures from Pinterest. I take a lot of pictures from Google, just to go along with the aesthetic of my brand, which is pink. I find a lot of pictures there. And because I'm so consistent, brunch babes send me pictures all the time. They're like, I saw this pink thing and I thought of you. And I take it and I save it, for future use. I also use, for my personal brand products and pictures, I use Darden Creative. She is a photographer who will photograph your picture, your product for you in a special way. And so I went ahead and paid that money for her to do that because I knew I wanted quality. I wanted it to be right. So I did pay her for those pictures. And
okay, you said it's Darden Creative. Can we tag her?
Yeah, go ahead.
Is it DAR?
Yes, I will.
You'll do it? Okay.
If I don't know how to do it. But yeah, so I did use her.
Okay.
And she's super, it was, and those are pictures that I just can recycle as many times as possible. But it takes practice. If you want to create, if you want to be able to do it in that way, you have to practice that. But for me, I'm like, I have too many other things to do, so I will just go ahead and pay Tamara the money for her to make my product look amazing, and then just use those.
Okay, awesome. You have another question from Natasha. She asked, what system do you use to make posting simplified? Any apps or assistants or a designated time?
Y'all, coming close.
Y'all better get this.
Use anything. I don't.
You don't?
I don't. I keep saying when it doesn't work for me anymore, I won't do it. But I literally think of a picture, think of a post, find a picture to go with the post, and I keep it moving. I don't
you have to do what works for you.
Right. I don't have any system. I don't have any calendar. I don't have any saved posts. I just go with my mood. A lot of the things I'll post, like my mood. Yesterday, I felt like I was having a not so great day, and I posted about eating ice cream for dinner. Like I really don't have a rhyme or reason to how I post. I have an aesthetic and I have a voice, and I just put those together and make my post. So sorry, I don't have any tips or any of tricks or anything about how to post on social media. I don't.
So you have to do what works for you.
Social media savant or something. I'm like, no, I'm not. It's just
It's funny because our social media manager who does our posting, I've been like telling her about different apps and stuff that I've learned of to use, and she's like, okay, but she still hasn't used them because I guess it's working for her, whatever she's doing. But one that I can tell you about, Natasha, is called Later. It's come highly recommended, and it has a lot of features, and it's very intuitive for scheduling posts and for tracking how your posts are doing. So it's called Later, and so you might want to check that one out. There's also like Hootsuite, which is one of the older ones, and TweetDeck, but Later is pretty cool. You can check that out. All right, we got a question from the Posh Factory. How do you go about reaching out to guest speakers if you're hosting an event and don't have money? I don't know if that question is for you or me, but
I think you have to reach out to people who are willing to, just speak on behalf of being able to advertise their brand. I do it a lot, like I don't get paid to speak at a lot of things, but I'm willing to do it for the exposure to a new audience. So finding people who are interested in growing their brand and exposing, them to a new audience, then I think that's the way to go once you're building. And then, once you get to another certain point, you can start to build your kit for paid sponsors, right? I don't know. What do you think about that?
Yeah, it's a struggle. You know, I think that I see some posts sometimes that I kind of SMH at because I think it puts a bad kind of precedent out there. You probably seen these memes where people say like, um, I can't pay my bill with exposure or something like that. It's like,
Yeah.
you know, they're kind of like trying to downplay doing things for exposure. And
Mm-hmm.
I think that that's, you know, I get where people are coming from, but I think that that can be damaging to people who are just starting out or who have, you know, don't have much resources. And a lot of people who post stuff like that probably are not being honest about the fact that that's how they got their start, right? Like when you first started, nobody was paying you thousands and thousands of dollars to come and talk or do anything. You know,
But
we all get our exposure from somewhere, you
but I
know,
think
and you
that's
all start up in
important.
some way.
Right. I think that's important. You have to find the people who are at that tier. Like
Yeah,
there are certain people who are not. Like a Karen Civil, you cannot be like for
right.
exposure. You know what
No,
I'm
you
saying?
can't expose me to nothing. You can't
No,
expose her to
you
nothing.
can't expose me any more than I've been exposed. So like that
Right.
would be unrealistic for your non-existent budget at this point.
Yes.
But you need to find someone who is a little bit more accessible and who is
Mm-hmm.
willing. It may not be the person that you want, but like I said, you got to keep doing things until you get to the
Right.
point where you can access that level of talent. But right now you
Right.
can't.
But
So
these people I'm seeing posting it, they just started. Talk about they can't do their first exposure. I'm like, okay, good. Let me know how that works out for you. I
right,
mean, like you have to do your time. You have to
right,
put the work in.
of
You know what I
course.
mean? Yes, when you get to a certain level and you are able to do that, granted. But I think that, you know, some people just coming out the gate talking about they got checklists of things they need. And I'm like, okay.
Well, that ain't me
Um
yet. So if you want me to
no.
speak at your event, I will do it. Holla at me. Thank
Right. So
you.
that and I get asked that a lot, like about how do you get speakers. There is no easy answer. I for the most part I put it in God's hands and just ask him to direct me to the people who will be willing to work with us, and that would be a blessing to our people because everybody ain't for you, even if they come for free.
And you'll learn that.
Um Oh, and Posh Factory mentioned another app, Planoly. Yes, that is a good one for those who are looking for apps. All right, so I don't think we have any other questions. This has been so amazing. Any last thoughts that you want to share with our sisters in business who are on the grind every day trying to make things happen, that you can share with them to encourage them as we get ready to end this?
Yeah, I think number one, like I said, when we first started, like you have a unique story to tell. Everyone is
Mhm.
unique. Everyone has something that is special about them that makes them special, that has a voice, you know, and so use that. You know, don't try to be like anybody else because that's not going to work. It's just not. Use your own
Mhm.
talents, your own experiences, your own way of storytelling to build your brand. Follow
Mhm.
your own authenticity, follow your life history, your story, build and use your brand to build, you know, use that to build your brand.
Mhm.
Just copying somebody else is not, it's not going to work because people are going to see right through that. And so
Mhm.
you want to just be mindful of trying to emulate, you know, like some of the other social media influencers who are out there. My page is very different. I don't have me plastered all over my page because I don't want that to be the story that I
Mhm.
tell on Brunchnista. Brunchnista is a
Mhm.
community for everyone who wants to be a part of it. And so that's my story on that page. Yeah,
Mhm.
you'll see some of me sometimes, but
Mhm.
for the most part, it's a place where we come to laugh, to get away from all the stuff that's going on around the world and just kick back and relax. And when you come to my page, I hope that you feel that. And so, yeah, authenticity, like I said earlier, relatability and consistency. Those are the
Mhm.
keys to success. And
Mhm.
there's no secret hack. There's no other way to put it.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for being with us. It's so good to see you and talk to you. We're gonna have to get
Ah,
together and have brunch. How
I
about that?
know, girl, the Brunchnista doesn't even have time to brunch no more. It's so
Girl,
crazy.
you
I
got
was
to make
like,
time to brunch, honey.
I'm like, I'm so busy, but yes, we need a reunion brunch with all the
Yes.
crew from YP.
Yes.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, you know, I held a reunion
I know. I was
2
away.
summers
I
ago.
couldn't come, but yeah,
I
do it again.
know.
Do it again. Make it
Maybe we'll
fun.
do it this summer. We'll do it this summer. We'll let the brunchista host it this summer. How about that?
How about it? I like it.
Well, thank you so much. Everyone, be sure that if you're not already, head on over to the Brunchista, follow her brand and the wonderful things that she's doing. I love tuning into her stories. It's almost so much fun, so much laugh, so much positivity. And that's what we need more of in this climate.
Right.
So thank you again so much for being with us.
Very welcome.
And
honor and a privilege, of course.
I hope you can make it to the expo.
When is the expo? March, right?
April 13th. Yes, let me give my announcements.
Okay.
April 13th, Saturday, April 13th, from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. at the Robert Tree Hotel in Newark, New Jersey. Our keynote speakers are Vivica Fox and Sharia Jackson. And we've got some amazing panelists and speakers and over 100 vendors. It's going to be an incredible day of sisterhood and support and resources and networking and shopping and all that good stuff. So I hope you guys head on over, get your tickets. You can click right on the link in our bio to get your tickets. They're only $15 in advance. There'll be more at the door, so go ahead and get your tickets now. And we wish you all an amazing rest of the week. Remember that there's nothing that can happen to you that you and God can't handle together. So have a great day, and we'll see you next time. Thanks, Michelle. Bye, honey.
Bye.